poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl DOPEaxxPANA. Y'all, we got a situation going on right now. Yes, it's the hair because I'm really giving set it off right now. But the real tea is I'm pregnant. Big Pana tutorials, lives, reviews, yeah, all that. Big Pana, not the little one. Hey, what you mean? Big box braids on your top, yeah, add it up. Gang finna hit a milli, yeah, add it up. Pana, 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 can you post a vid? I've been really booked and busy, but I got you, sis. Big subs, box braids, and they tug. Dropping gems, tell your friends, yeah, let's run it up. Big likes, drop a comment or we finna fight. Cause why wouldn't you like, comment, and subscribe to my videos? Like, that's weird. Alright, y'all, before we get into this video, I do need to give a shout out to our sponsor, Celie Hair. This is definitely one of my favorite hair brands. If y'all go to Pana back in the day, I used to rock with them tough. And so they sent me a unit that I have to show you guys. It's bomb. Y'all know they always run it up for the YouTubers. So in the box, I got an edge brush, a couple scarves, some bomb lashes. Finally, y'all starting to upgrade your lashes, and a comb. So the unit that they sent me was a 22-inch deep wave. Y'all, deep wave is for me. It's my look, it's my thing. I absolutely love the unit. It's a 13x4 lace front. And yeah, we're gonna install this bad boy today. 180 density, love everything about it. I did already wash the unit and I did some customization to it. I bleached the knots on it and just kind of prepared it. There are like a couple little white spots in there. That's literally just from my wax stick, but I bleached her, baby, and yeah, we're gonna make it do what it do today. So yes, shout out to Celie Hair. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this video. And I'll make sure that I link everything that I'm gonna be using today in the description section for you guys. For maybe like the past 4 to 5 months, but I've been actively trying for about maybe 3 of those months. And initially I was just not preventing. But then I actually started using the Flow app to like track my ovulation and everything. Like once I started doing a little bit more research, it was definitely a process and a journey for me because there are fertility issues on my mom's side of the family. So I was a little nervous about that. And then also I've just made some unhealthy decisions in my past with my body. So I was really nervous about just being able to conceive or even hold a child in my body. I kind of felt like once I told YouTube that I was trying to get pregnant, literally every live, every video was like, is Pana pregnant? Like, Pana, are you pregnant? Pana looks pregnant. Are you pregnant? Are you trying? You know, honestly, over the past couple of years, my weight has really been fluctuating, guys. I've always been super athletic, so I'm definitely at one of my heaviest weights I've ever been at, and I am a little self-conscious about that because like I've just never been really like a big girl. So I feel like when I would see people comment like, oh, Pana's pregnant, it's like, no, like I actually just got my period, which is really frustrating when you're trying to get pregnant. And on top of that, like I'm just a big girl now, so like I felt like it was kind of rude, even though it wasn't you guys' intentions. I know it was more of like an exciting type thing. Y'all, it was really low-key like throwing me off my game. But now, baby, oh, this summer I'm outside. It's no sucking in, baby. Like, it is what it is. We outside with it. All right, y'all, so how I found out I was pregnant. Okay, let's get into it. So I actually went to Las Vegas. I was there doing a performance. I was literally helping a friend out. I was already irritated about it because it was over Mother's Day weekend and I was gonna be in Vegas for 4 days, meaning I was gonna miss Mother's Day. And also I was supposed to get my period in 4 days. Any athlete knows it literally like sucks to perform while you're on your period. Like you're fat, you're bloated. It's just like everything about it is like ill, right? So anyway, boom, I decided to make the trip to Vegas. I was supposed to get my period in 4 days and they did the competition over Mother's Day weekend. Who does that? Like, why would you put a cheer competition literally over Mother's Day weekend? So we get through the performances and we win because what else do I do? Nah, it was nobody in our division, but technically we did win. The first place is the first place. Mind your business. Nobody was in our division and it don't matter. Mind your business. So my friends are happy. They want to turn up. I'm a drinker. Like, yeah, bet. I'm not turning down no drinks, right? I'm a bougie bitch. If I'm drinking vodka, I'm drinking top shelf. My friends be on them Svedka vibes, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not about to turn down a drink still. So I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's good. Now I'm one shot in, right? it hit me a little bit. I'm like, ooh, like I literally felt it in my chest. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not no weak bitch. It was kind of like a big shot, you know? So I'm like, okay, like, you know, it's doing a little something, but I'm not finna tell them that. I'm just like, okay, like it's hidden. So I'm like, all right, let me order some food because I also didn't eat. So I ordered me some sushi. I'm like, yeah, I ordered me some sushi. All right, so boom, I ordered my sushi. Now I'm on my second shot. My second shot, I'm feeling it for show, which is really not like me because honestly, y'all, I could take about 5 to 6 shots and still be cool, be chilling. So like, it was really kind of weird to me, but I honestly wasn't like putting 2 and 2 together like that. So I had took my second shot. I went to get my sushi. By the time I ate, I really had the itis. I was tired. I was also thinking like it was because it was some cheap liquor. So I decided to stay in that night. I actually did not drink anymore that night. All right, so boom. The next day was Mother's Day. And I was with my friend Jasmine, who is a mother. So I was like, yeah, bitch, let me take you out to Hot and Juicy for Mother's Day. Hot and Juicy is basically one of those like Cajun seafood spots in Vegas where you get your seafood in a bag or whatever. And she had never been, so I'm like, yeah, let me treat you on Mother's Day or whatever. Like, we're not doing nothing else. This was my last day in Vegas. Mind you, at the time, like my boobs were hurting because I was literally supposed to get my period the very next day. But again, that was really like my only symptom, but I also just wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. So we get to Hot and Juicy, and there is a TikTok trend where you put a boiled egg in your seafood bag. I tried it at my cousin's house, and the shit was smacking. Like, it sounds nasty, but if you never did it, like, it's definitely something that you have to try. So while we at the restaurant, I'm telling Jasmine, I'm like, yeah, you gotta try an egg in your shit. So she's like, and that bitch, like, the fuck? It does sound hella nasty, right? But I'm like, Jasmine is gonna be smacking. So they have this thing where you could order like 3 eggs to be in your boil. So I'm like, okay, you can have one of my eggs. No one, I didn't want to share, but I'm like, I can always just order more or whatever. I ordered the eggs, gave her one of mine. It was smacking, she liked it. But y'all, hold on, because this week is giving. To make a long story short, I ate at least a dozen eggs. Y'all, when I tell y'all I ordered 4 orders of them goddamn eggs, this shit was sick. Jasmine was like, bitch, are you pregnant? I said, bitch, am I pregnant? Because I literally could not stop eating the eggs. Even the waiter was like, yeah, I hope whoever on your flight sitting next to you tomorrow. Wait, this wig is... Pause the story, because hold on. In Miami and I came to get my stacks up. And I'm gonna act up. And I act up. I'm pregnant. No, I don't want your number. I'm pregnant. So yeah, y'all, my plane ride home, that was a fucking long flight. I was letting them rip. I'm not even on cap. It was pretty bad. Luckily, it was only a flight to Vegas, which from the Bay Area is only about 45 minutes. So it was a come up, come down, but my stomach was also coming up and coming down. You know, but the person next to me had a mask. So I'm like, yeah, we good. So anyway, boom. So like I said, the day I came home, I was supposed to get my period. The gag is that Dre was actually leaving the next day. He had a show that he had booked in Oklahoma. I was super lazy. I didn't feel like going to the store when I had just got in from traveling. So I went on Amazon and I literally ordered an 8-pack of pregnancy tests. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just take a test. I have Prime, so it was coming the next day. Dre will be gone, which was not my intention. But I honestly didn't want to tell him like I thought I was pregnant at the time because number one, I didn't know if my period was coming later that day. And also, like, we've just had so many pregnancy scares that I'm like, I'm not even just about to tell him until I take a test and I'm literally pregnant. So the next day, the tests come in. Mind you, my boobs are hella sore, but I still, like, didn't get my period yet. But I'm like, okay, like, it got to be coming. Because the way that my boobs was hurting, y'all, I was like, yeah, there's literally just no way at this point, right? So I took the test. Honestly, y'all, I forgot about the test. I forgot about the test because honestly, I wasn't like hella thinking about it, but I was kind of like, yeah, like stuff's been kind of weird or whatever. So I left the test on, literally on the bathroom counter. I went about my day. Like I was just doing random regular stuff. About 30 minutes, I was like, oh yeah, shit, I took the test. Y'all, I came back. The test was, so I'm like, okay, yeah. Like that one was like tripping, right? That one was tripping. So I literally took another one. I'm like, okay, let me take another one and like, let me hold it. Cause like maybe I didn't do something right? Took another one. I was like, oh my God. Like it said positive again. I literally texted my friend. I was like, bitch, I'm pregnant. Like what? So at the time, Dre was out like doing some, I don't know what the hell he was doing. I had to take him to the airport, but he was out doing like maybe, not my nose ring falling off. Yeah, I was like telling my friend, I was like, oh my God, like I have to tell Dre. She was like, don't. And I'm like, bitch, what you mean don't? Like, I'm married. And we've been trying to get pregnant for hella long. She's like, no, like, she had a kid. And she was like, when I had my first kid, like, I hella wished that I told my partner in, you know, a super special way. Like, you don't want to just be like, I'm pregnant. You have to do, like, an announcement. And she's like, bitch, you're a YouTuber. And I'm like, wait a minute, bitch, you're right. Like, I can't just be like, I'm pregnant. That's ghetto, right? So I'm like, okay. In my head, like, y'all, I have a big ass mouth. Don't tell me no secrets. Like, I can't hold water. So the whole time in my head, I'm thinking, like, literally when Dre walks through this door, like, how am I going to keep this to myself? But the good thing was that he was leaving to go to Oklahoma. So I'm like, okay, it's lit. So literally, I'm like, I'm not going to have to face him for like 7 days. I'm like, bitch, come on. Like, you can get through this. So I literally texted my mama, my daddy. I texted Bree. I texted China and Amani. I literally told everybody, I'm like, y'all, I'm fucking pregnant. At least 4 out of the 7 people that I told was like, yeah, bitch, you're pranking me. Like, I do play too much, but like, I'm not playing right now. I'm like, no, I'm pregnant. Like, this is for real. Like, I'm not playing with y'all. Like, I'm hella serious. So everybody's like, did you tell Dre? Did you tell Dre? I'm like, no. Everybody's kind of like, wait, bitch, what? I'm like, yeah, no, like, I'm gonna keep it to myself. So boom, Dre walks in the door and I'm just looking at him stuck. Like, he was like, what? I'm like, what? He's like, why are you looking at me like that? I'm like, y'all, I was just staring at him like, you about to be my baby daddy. So yeah, anyway, he ends up leaving later that day, which I'm like, yeah, because I really can't be in the same area as you without me being like, oh, motherfucking pregnant, right? So most of y'all know, this is basically, I'm going to get into like, that's how, I'm pissed. So yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. How I actually ended up telling him was, I actually had this like elaborate ass plan of how I wanted this day to go, but literally whenever I plan shit, it never goes as planned. That's why I don't like to plan shit. I like to be spontaneous. But basically, most of y'all know that Dre and I'm so sloppy with this glue today, like for real. Dre and I got married during the pandemic, so we didn't get to do like a super big wedding. And I'm the only girl, so my mom is not having that. She's like, yeah, you're doing a wedding, like. So we were planning to actually do our ceremony because I knew I was trying to get pregnant. And honestly, I was not trying to be pregnant walking down the aisle. Like, no, I'm trying to be snatched in my dress, right? So we were planning an actual ceremony. And so we had an engagement shoot that we were planning to do the weekend before Father's Day for like save the dates and invites and all that good stuff. So I had all these like elaborate plans in my head of like how I wanted to tell him, but like honestly, none of them were just like really me or whatever. So in my head, I'm like, damn, like obviously we're not gonna plan a wedding now because we have a baby on the way. But I'm like, what if instead of the engagement shoot, I used it as like a pregnancy reveal video for him or whatever. So we had a, what's it called? Peer Space booked in Sacramento. It was $90 an hour. We got it for 2 hours. Literally, it was at like from 5 to 7 or something crazy like that. And I was like, okay, well, obviously this is not going to take up the whole time anymore. So I invited Amani and China to come there because I'm like, oh, we could shoot some dope photos for like the DOPEaxPANA, and the DOPEaxPANA, our other channel. So the day of the actual shoot, Dre's best friend was actually shooting the video for us. And he knew, but like Dre obviously didn't know. I told him like what it was or whatever. And so I went shopping. Like I told him we had to ride separately because I had to like exchange an outfit. I was hella lying, y'all. I needed to find a whole new dress because my outfit that I was wearing, it wasn't really gonna hit for like a pregnancy announcement. So I literally ran to the mall, got a dress, and we drove separately. I was there on time, okay? It started at 5 p.m. I got there at like maybe 4:45-ish. And I was happy that I was earlier than Dre because I'm like, okay, I need to try on this dress and like actually see how it's looking. It's the green dress that I had on. Y'all, why would I put the dress on, the zipper popped? I said, oh, yeah, you're fat now. I bought the dress in a large because I wanted it to be tight because honestly, at that time, I was not really showing. But anyway, I tried the dress on. It was cute. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to figure out how to like really maneuver and like make this work to the best of my ability because the dress was hella cute. I'm like, I can't not wear this dress. Like, it's cute as fuck, right? And so, y'all, Dre got there at literally 5:30. I was so irritated. I told China and them to come at 6 o'clock because I'm like, you know, it's going to take Dre and I like an hour to shoot our scenes and everything. Where are you at? Like, where are you? Right? So I was super irritated that he was like running late because I'm like, you're really throwing a damper in everything. And honestly, y'all, I didn't want to pay the studio for extra time. So I was already just like super irritated that we were kind of pressed for time. I'm like, it's really throwing and putting a damper in my plans. Not this stuck to my eyebrow where the glue was. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm like, you're really just throwing a wrench in my day. Like, why are you late? So he finally gets there at 5:30, and the guy who owns the pier space literally was like, he needed to go over the lighting equipment and stuff with Kim, which is Dre's best friend, who was shooting. So I'm like standing there like, it's already 5:30. He was gonna shoot, I was gonna shoot, and then we were gonna shoot together. Like, that's how we were gonna do the engagement anyway. So at that point, I'm like, he still didn't know. So once Amani got there, I was finally like, okay, like we could do this or whatever. So he was shooting his scenes and his friend Kim was like, yeah, I need to get some scenes from the back. So Dre turns around or whatever, and boom, that's when I walked up with my pregnancy test. I was kind of annoyed because like I did want it to be a little more special. It was more like tap, 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 I'm pregnant, you know. I wanted it to be more special and just like a little more intimate, or like, I don't know how I actually planned on doing it, but I just kind of felt like it was rushed because we were really pressed for time. I don't know how, but Amani literally muted the sound for the TikTok, so I'm like, there was no sound. So I had to put a sound behind it. There was also an effect on the camera, so I don't know why those dumbass red hearts popped up, but I'm like, I guess it fits the occasion. There was just a lot of things that went wrong that day that made it not as special as I needed it to be. So yeah, yo, that's pretty much how I found out and how I told my husband that I was pregnant. If you haven't already seen my pregnancy reveal video, it's actually still up on my page. I know in that video I look really, really pregnant. I honestly can't even remember how far along I was at that point. I was probably like 8, 9, maybe 10 weeks pregnant. But I was kind of offended that people were like questioning my stomach and stuff because I'm honestly not a small girl, y'all. I'm 192. I was 192 when I first got pregnant. I've never been smaller than that like in the past couple years. And I feel like most of that was just like my natural stomach, to be honest. Like I said, I'm just not sucking in anymore. But people were just like hella confused because honestly, my due date is in January. Right now, I'm 13 weeks. I posted that video maybe like 3 to 4 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys my stomach. Y'all don't talk about me because I'm literally not dressed from the bottom down. But this is my stomach today. I've already started getting stretch marks. Y'all can see here on the sides. So I'm gonna have to really figure that out because, yeah, no. But here we are. Right now, I feel like it's still giving kind of like fat. My stomach's not super round, which I hate because, yeah, but I don't care. I'm not sucking in, period. Period. We outside with it, baby. Y'all, let's get into this unit for a second because I've been talking to y'all a lot about the pregnancy. Like, I need to talk to y'all about the units. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna go in with some of my mousse, just like tame the curls a little bit. Like I said, I watched the unit. I love deep wave. Like lately, I've been feeling like it's just really my look, it's my vibe, my style, all that. So I'm gonna just use a little bit of this, just to like tame the curls a little bit. I didn't wanna fully wet the wig down because it took a minute to dry, but we just gonna mousse that up a little bit. So when I got the unit, all the curls were like this. I like more of like a big hair type of look. But if you like more defined curls, you could definitely use a mousse. So this is what it's gonna look like, a little more dry. Mind you, I was combing through this, so that's why it's kind of like that. But and then when this mousse dries, I'm just gonna run my fingers through it, and it's gonna be a look, y'all. I think I did really good on this unit. Y'all know I'm not really a wig girl, but I've been trying to get better. I'll be taking the advice that y'all leave me. I'm also gonna put a little bit of concealer in my part. If you guys are interested in following my pregnancy journey, I did start a new channel. It's called Pana Plus One. I'm gonna be pretty much vlogging and making it a family channel. My husband will be on there, but not like all the time. It's just more of like a day in the life of me, you know, as a mother. Also, like, I honestly just haven't been in the salon as much because, y'all, my first trimester was wild, okay? It was wild. I'm gonna have to tell y'all about that in another video, but I haven't been able to work as much, so I'm like, I need to be able to connect with you guys in a different way. So if you guys don't already, I'll make sure that I link that channel in the description section for you guys. I'm gonna fix that, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna just fix this part up with a little bit of mascara. We're gonna try to close that up a little bit. I guess it would help if the mascara bottle was full, but we're just gonna close that up a little bit. Yeah, that's already looking better. Just gonna close it up a little bit in the front. And then we're gonna do some baby hairs, y'all. I think I did pretty good on this unit. Let me know in the comment section down below if you see me getting better, because at this point, my part might be a little off, huh? Or maybe my head is just, it might be a little off. Okay, I'm gonna cut this lace off and then I'm gonna be right back. All right, y'all, so here we are. I did attempt to do some baby hairs, and I'm just gonna comb out the top of the unit to give it a little more volume now that the mousse is dry. You guys can see the curls are still a little bit more defined. But yeah, y'all. Yeah, I'm really not mad at how this unit turned out. I absolutely love it. Y'all know I love super big hair, so shout out to Celie for the unit. It's bomb. It's giving. Yeah, and it's 22 inches, y'all, so it's pretty long. I don't know what y'all thinking. I'm feeling her. And I think I did a really, really good job. Y'all, this is probably one of the best that I've done in a while. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Also, if you guys love my story times, let me know, because I have stories for days that I can give you guys. Also, big shout out, big thank you to everyone who congratulated me on my pregnancy announcement. I wish I could reply to every single comment, but I wasn't able to do that. But I just want to let you guys know that I love you guys. And yeah, you know the vibes. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. What you mean you don't know Pana? She's dope. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?